I'm going to give you the differences between Mexico and England from my personal experience. I have been to Mexico 3 times. I went for 2 weeks in 2023. I went for 4 weeks in 2025. And I went for 8 days in 2026 for the World Cup. In 2025, I also did 4 weeks at a Spanish school, learning Spanish and living in Guadalajara. I also then went to Brazil for a week and then Colombia for 2 weeks. And the first time I came in 2023, I watched the Canelo Alvarez fight, and I actually made a vlog of that trip. It's about half an hour long, and it's actually on this channel. So if you scroll up, it's the first video I put on this channel. It's my vlog of when I went to Guadalajara, and it was honestly the best 2 weeks of my life. It was crazy. If you watch that video, it almost looks like it's fake. It's like I got on TV, like I got on live TV, like a proper TV channel. The video's on there, and the full video is on my Instagram. It was half an hour long on live TV, like on a main channel in Guadalajara. It was like I was a celebrity for a week, for 2 weeks. And then when I went for 4 weeks to Spanish school, I had such a good time. I met an English guy over there. He lives there, so he took me to all the best nightclubs and stuff. We had loads of fun partying. And the third time I went for the World Cup, that was crazy. There's loads of videos on my Instagram. I'll put that Instagram in my bio, and you can check out that. The first thing I want to say, I just want to clear this up. So a lot of people say this to me, and it's not true. The cost of living in Mexico is not as much less as you think it is. Everyone thinks like you have £5 in Mexico or $5 or whatever, it'll last you all day. That is not true. Some things are the same price as they are in England. For example, you walk in a Hugo Boss shop to buy a Hugo Boss t-shirt, it will be the same price. You walk into a shop to buy a can of Coke, it will be the same price. What's less money, and not as much less as you think, is renting a house, buying a house. Over there, for example, things like council tax, I don't think they exist, but if they do exist, they're a lot less. What else? Also, if you walk in the supermarket and you buy steak, chicken, eggs, that's homegrown, made in Mexico, that will cost less because it's like made there. Ubers, taxis cost less. What a taxi might cost you, say, 40 quid in England, in Manchester. In London, it might be like 80 or 100, I'm not sure. In Mexico, it would cost 15 or 20. So taxis cost less, homegrown food costs less, housing is less, but anything that's branded, that's made in a different country and imported, like Hugo Boss clothes, like any clothes make, like cans of Coke, like anything that's basically imported from another country, it's the same price. The only things that are less are things that are made there or houses that are built there. That's like a rule of thumb to go off. If it's homegrown, if it's made there, then it's less. If it's imported, then it's more. That's the best way I can describe it. Another thing that I've noticed a big difference with is the people over there all look a lot more similar than they do in England. For example, you're in Manchester, you see white people, you see black people, you see brown people, you see Chinese people, you see people from Poland. You know, there's a lot of mixed cultures. Now, not many places in the world are actually like that. Now, when you go to Mexico, you walk down the street, it's Latino people, Latino people, Latino people. There are a few Chinese people as well, but not a crazy amount. But you don't see nobody from Poland, nobody from England, nobody from USA. Like, everyone is brown. There's no black people, there's no white people. You know, you get the odd one here and there, but in general, 98% of the population you know, is Latinos, you know, with a dark brown hair or the black hair, with a tan skin. And when you're from another country, like when I go to Mexico, because I'm really pale and blonde, I stand out like a sore thumb. Like I've literally had people come up to me on the street and ask me for a picture. Like I've literally had people come up to me and be like, "Oh, can I have a photo with you?" Like random people. And like I've had a picture of them on the street and like, "Oh, I've never met an English person before," or "I've met 3 English people in my whole life. Like, you're the 3rd one I've met." I'm like, "What?" You know, it's crazy. It's like, it's really deep into the world. Also, it depends on what part of Mexico you go to. Like if you go to somewhere like Cancun, which is a bit more touristy, you see foreign people more often. But even when I was in Cancun, people were like, oh, where are you from? You know, I really stood out even in Cancun. But when I'm in like Guadalajara, places like that, you really stand out for being white and tall. Because the people over there as well, they're a lot smaller. Like, you'll be in a nightclub and the men in Mexico are like the same height as the girls in England. You know, so it's like, I'll be stood in a nightclub and I'll get like a picture with some Mexican guys and they'll all be like here on me and I'll be the tallest guy in the club. Like, I stand out, like people are looking at me like, oh my God, where are you from? So that's probably the second biggest difference, is like everyone looks more similar than they do in somewhere like England. You know, if you went somewhere like China, Japan, it would be the same. You know, you go to China, everyone's Chinese. You go to Japan, everyone's Japanese. But in England, you know, you get a lot of different cultures, which we don't appreciate enough. The third difference is, obviously, because English is the number one language in the world, we just speak English. Everyone knows that in school you just mess about in French class, you mess about in Spanish class, and we don't really speak other languages. But in Mexico, I've been to a lot of South American countries, and Mexico was the only one where a lot of people spoke English. And it was weird, like they either spoke really good English or they didn't speak any English. And it was, what I noticed was, when you would go to like the downtown, more sort of poor areas, like the markets and stuff, nobody would talk English. And when you would go to the like more posh areas, people would talk better English. In fact, I actually did an interview with a Colombian girl. I might put a few clips on here, and she explained that when you go to a private school, they make English like a number one thing, whereas when you go to a public school, the English doesn't really get taught as well. So that's probably the difference. So it's like the more posher kids, like the kids from the richer areas, from the more posh families, they speak really good English, whereas the people from the poorer areas, the poorer families, they don't speak English. That's another thing I would say is different. And we don't really learn other languages much. Like you do like
Okay.
you do 1 hour like French
Yeah.
in school, and everyone's messing around in French class.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're in school in Mexico, like how many hours English do you do, and how important is it to learn English in general?
If you're in a private school, it's like a must. Some schools, they do like everything in English. Everything you learn is in English all the time. It's never in Spanish.
Really?
In the more expensive ones. But if you are in a middle class, you have like some hours at the week.
The difference is, I'm actually gonna let this girl do the explaining. I did this interview with this girl, I've already mentioned it before, about 18 months ago, and it's to do with people and avoiding the sun. So in England, we love going on holiday, we love getting a tan, we go on sunbeds, you get girls wearing fake tan, putting nasals in. You know, everyone's trying to be brown over here. Now I'm going to put this clip on just to explain how that is completely different in Mexico. So please watch.
Become attracted to something
Yeah,
different.
something different, yeah.
So yeah, the blonde people get a lot of attention.
Yeah, so like...
Or redheads.
So can I tell you something, like, you might not even know this, right? So in England,
Yeah.
it's quite popular. We have like shops that have like machines in and make your skin more brown.
Really?
See? I knew you should be shocked at that. So we pay, we go to machines and make our skin more brown.
Okay.
Yeah, so what these guys do is, you tell me if I'm wrong, you wear long sleeve tops and pants even though it's 30 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Because they want to keep the skin light.
Yeah.
Because
I wear what is it called? Screen. What?
Sun cream,
Sunscreen?
sun protector.
Sun protector?
Yeah.
Like 3 times a day.
What, to keep your skin light?
Yeah, because I don't want to get darker.
See? That is crazy, man. To an English person, that's crazy. Like, when you go on holiday to go in the sun to get more brown.
Okay.
It's like the opposite, innit, you know? The next thing that I would say is different is over here, there's been a lot of culture of people sitting at home getting paid for not working. Everyone's on PIP, everyone's claiming benefits. People are living at home with their parents till they're 25 and not working full time. Over there's a saying, no trabajo, no como. It means you don't work, you don't eat. You get people with 1 arm, 2 legs missing on the streets selling fruit. You get kids working. You go down the street on a Wednesday at 10 in the afternoon, you've got 12-year-old kids. The parents are telling them to ask money, to beg off people, or they're dancing in the streets. and people are like giving them money, like they're working, they're not just having a bit of fun, like they're trying to earn money to eat. Like everyone works. There was this mango stand that I used to go to in the centre of Guadalajara, and Monday to Saturday or Monday to Friday the dad would be there selling mango and different fruit, and I went there on a Sunday and the two daughters were there and the man wasn't there selling what he had left, and he had like 10 tubs of fruit left, and each tub of fruit cost £2, so it was like 20 quid worth of fruit, and it was like a 12-year-old girl and like an 8-year-old girl on a Sunday sat there all day just selling the fruit, just to, just to make that extra tenner or whatever, because they probably wouldn't have sold it all, so they probably just to make £10, so it's a lot harder life over there. Like you even get like kids begging on the street sometimes. Like in England, I've never seen a kid homeless. I've never seen a kid like, on the street, sleeping on the street, homeless. In Mexico, you get that. You get homeless kids. You get people with 2 legs missing that can't get disability benefits because they don't do it over there. Now, I'm not saying I would ever like England to be like that, but at the same time, people take the piss of the system over here just sitting in their ass on benefits. So it depends how you look at it. I feel like we need to like meet in the middle. The next difference I want to say is about the nightlife. Now, I've got a few things to say about the nightlife. It's different. I prefer it, but there are some things I don't prefer. So, not every club's like this. Like the proper nightclubs that are open till 6 in the morning aren't like this. But most like bars and clubs you go in England, you kind of walk in and it's like open space, and everyone can move around and dance and talk. In Mexico, you like get given a table. So like you'll get given a table, any drinks you order will get billed to that table, and you kind of got to stay on that table. Like there's not like areas where everyone can just, it's like not normal to walk around and talk to random people. It's like you go on a night out with your friends. It's almost like you're stuck with your friends. Like it's so much harder to go and talk to them. Where in England, you kind of like you go on a night out in a club and you just walk in the club and you just float around and talk to everyone. But in Mexico, it doesn't really work like that. People have like a table and it's like it's their table, and to walk up to someone else's table and start talking to them, it's not very normal. And also over there, they love to dance. Like all South America is known for dancing. So sometimes you'll get a table over there, and every single table you've got girls, you've got boys, you've got girls and boys together, like mixed, and they're all dancing with each other. And I'm sat there like, I'm Englishman, I don't dance. It's like so normal to dance. Like if you don't dance, it's weird. Like it's weird not to dance. So if you're gonna go to South America, you're gonna go to Colombia, Mexico, honestly, you've got to learn to dance. Otherwise, you can't really enjoy the nightlife the same. Dancing is a big part of their culture. And another thing as well, from my experience of England, the 2 most popular drinks when you walk in a nightclub are tequila. No, sorry, in England is vodka and beer. So you go to the bar, you're either drinking beer or you get like a vodka and coke, a vodka lemonade, vodka orange, or cocktails, obviously. In Mexico, they love tequila. They put tequila in anything. Like when you walk in a nightclub, almost every single table that people are sat at, they've got a bottle of tequila on it. Like they love tequila. I think it's because it's cheap over there, because tequila's made in Mexico. Like most tequila in the world is made in Mexico. It's actually made in Guadalajara, which is where I always go. Thank you for watching the videos today. Please like it, subscribe. I am going to start making more videos about Mexico and stuff. I have got quite a lot of experience there, and if you want to go on my Instagram, you can see everything. I am planning on going over there again later on in the year, and if we get some feedback, if anyone's got anything they want me to investigate while I'm over there, if you've got any questions for me personally, then feel free to message me on socials or even on YouTube if you need to. Thank you.